Good morning. In this class, we will cover overview of the enterprise system evolution, then why ERP is required. Then it's okay. This is the class today. So what we have studied earlier, and the introduction to ERP. What is the definition of ERP? We'll see what is enterprise. Enterprise is a group of people with a common goal which has a certain resources as its disposal to achieve the goal. The resources included are men, machine, material, money, method. Okay, these are all the five M's, all are resources. The planning is done to ensure that nothing goes wrong. A business strategy and a set of industry domain specific applications that build customer and shareholder communities value network system by enabling and optimizing the enterprise and inter enterprise collaborative operational and financial process. This is the definition. We will study why it is required to go for ERP and the myths of ERP. Okay, so first, before getting into the ERP, what was the initial stage? The people started using system, right? There were evolution took place in every aspects, like system computer also we had evolution, and software also we had evolution, and database we had evolution. People started thinking of out of box and started implementing adopting computer based system by adopting different functional elements, like initially why we have gone to inventory management and control, because in inventory management control everything is very clear, right? We have got a reorder level, economic order quantity, so we have everything clear cut is given automatically. We could able to calculate the reorder level. It's easy to make into a system. For example, you have economic order quantity, how much to be ordered. If you know everything clearly automatically, so if there's any problem occurs automatically, this could be this is a routine thing. For example, this is easily programmable. So they started making into computer based information system at this particular juncture, right? And later they thought of involving material requirement planning. Inventory started with, so we have got different materials available in the inventory. We keep record of inventory. Obviously, how many products are being coming in, having recorded and having been stored. So these things are already available. So now they started increasing vertically, thinking about the planned order process. Here, MRP1 calculated with the help of all the inputs, right? We have seen what are the inputs to be MRP and what are the outputs, right? This is the first evolution took place. And later, the people started thinking about manufacturing resource planning. So here we know started evolving from the inventory, then started extending to material requirement planning. Then later they started thinking about manufacturing resources planning. The inventory is kept for manufacturing industry, so started thinking about all the resources across what is the financial requirement and financial support. So they included all that. So obviously it become whole thing to manufacture a certain thing. What's the capacity requirement planning and leveling, all that already you have studied. Then later ERP, enterprise. So enterprise as a whole, we know enterprise is entity working for a common goal. So what is the common goal? You have any company work for a profit, right? So here, so we all individuals are working together to achieve a common goal. So here all individuals working in order to plan for a common objective. We work together to attain it, right? What's the difference between function and process? Function is nothing but related set of specialized activities carried out by an organization. So any organization will have different function elements like marketing, finance, HR, operations. So this functional elements will be varying. It depends on the organizational size as well as depends on the nature. Here, in order to make this function efficient, so what the people will do, keep people the same things work in a continuous way. For example, marketing department continually working for marketing activities, probably they will increase their specialization in the marketing. Next is business process. Business process is the way that work is organized and coordinated in an organization to add value. Customer is the prime focus. Let us take a case of servicing your car. So you plan for car service. What will you do? So here you take your car to the service station. Obviously the service person will come and get your requirements, and after getting the requirements the car will be left at the service station. Then you are coming back and receiving your car after a certain period of time as specified by the person. So going back to the company, obviously service whatever the requirement you are given, all that would have been completed. Here you don't worry about what's happening inside the thing, right? Inside the organizations, right? But whatever the things you have as a complaint, as a request, as a requirement, whatever you have given, it would have been satisfied. So here, the person who has received the car would have probably some of the items would have been replaced, for which he would have approached the inventory. If the inventory is not available, particular specific product, obviously they would have ordered from outside vendors, and after that product is having reached, car would have been serviced. This is the general process done at a service station, right? Here, if you consider purchase department is a separate entity as a function, and finance department as a separate separate function, and service department is a separate entity or separate function. Here, all the departments are working across the functional area. So possibly, as a customer, you are happy with what you are. You can see from this diagram, process-oriented application in the case of order processing. Let us take a generic order processing. You are purchasing a computer, or you are purchasing certain machinery for your organization, right? Purchase order request has generated at different departments. It may be at any point in your organization, maybe at manufacturing department or accounting department, or maybe at HR department. So once it is done, all other people are working to fulfill this order processing. So complete process, the cycle is getting closed by all the functional area people are working to satisfy this particular process and to complete the cycle, right? ERP systems are composed of series of modules that support end-to-end business processes, which is how the value is added in an organization, right? So could you be able to understand what I'm telling here? So we consider ERP, so we perceive ERP as a process-based system. How order processing is one process. Here order processing is generic order. So for example, in an organization, they may have a requirement to purchase certain things, purchasing raw material. These are all order processing. Customer order process. That is another thing where your customer is ordering, so he may order for getting your product, right? That is also one process. So you consider business process as a system where inputs are given, undergoes the process, and you get an output, right? The business process is a collective activities that takes inputs and creates outputs that are a value to the customers. So the focus is we are adding value to the customer, right? Davenport, he says that a specific ordering of work activities across time, place with a beginning and end, clearly identifying inputs and outputs, right? It has got a sequence and should have a purpose and may have an interaction with the other entities. That is very important. Okay, look at this example. The first example, customer order. Customer order, say customer is ordering, so he wants certain 100 unit of particular item. So he may order through online or through cold call, whatever the way he orders. His credit worthiness will be verified. So that will be done at accounting department. Once it is cleared and the product is available, through logistics will be reaching to the customer. The next portion is, in your company, you are ordering certain material. Let us say some raw material, right? The purchase order is generated at the production department and gets sanctioned with the accounting department. Then go back to the logistics, the order then it comes to the production department. That's the way it is done, right? So you understand these two processes. One is customer order and number two is material order, right? So okay, I wanted to buy a new computer. How do we do it, right? So place order quickly, maybe obtain finance. These two things are very important. Two departments are working. Both has to work together to complete the cycle, right? To do this, combined needs, what other things are required? Make sure functional areas are integrated. That's very important, right? Unless we get integrated, it is very difficult to complete the process. You look at, just imagine how these functional elements are working, wherein how do the process is working. So here in the process, very essential part is integration between each functional elements. So information on customer configuration must be up to date. That's very important, right? Manufacturing needs configuration from sales. That's also very important. If financing is required, that information from sales is needed in accounting. So it is available at accounting, right? The number of individual departments may be varying. It depends on what size of the organization as well as the nature of the organization, right? So here we have got four departments like marketing and sales, production and material management, and accounting and finance, and HR management, right? Here, traditional approach and enterprise approach. Traditional approach is what? We work as a function. Entity approach means is that we work as a process. You just imagine how do we be able to get it? So what we are going to do it here. So here, ERP is working as a process-based. This is traditional approach grouped based on functions. Every department have their own goals and objectives. Department function in isolation. Understood? Every department have their own systems of data collection and analysis. And enterprise organization consolidated as a system. All departments are subsystems. So here you consider enterprise as a whole, and in which individual departments may be as a subsystems, right? Whole body is a system in which our individual subsystems are nervous, muscular system, individual subsystems. It integrates information system, transparency and information access, automating business process and functions. Enterprise resource planning, software that organizes and manages a company business processes, okay, by sharing information across the functional element, okay, integrating business processes, facilitating customer interactions, providing benefit to the global companies, right? Interaction, purpose, and sequence, right? This must be there, right? Okay, providing benefits to the global companies. it's easy to get connected to any global companies. Why study ERP? It affects major business enterprises and many small and medium enterprises businesses. So 60% plus of very large corporations use SAP. So the market share of SAP is very huge. Increasingly, small organizations also adopting. So here, technology is varying. For smaller organizations, they use SAP one. There are Microsoft Dynamics, open source ERP is also available. It is out there, and it is very likely you will work with one in some capacity. Okay, changes behavior of competitors and partners. How? Suppose consider you are not having any ERP solution. The customer is having, for example, he orders. Competitors will be getting a benefit out of it, right? This is a survival of fitness. The next partner, suppliers. Suppliers, you are getting supplied. So what is required? So he has ERP, you don't have ERP, obviously you cannot fit into it, right? So that's another problem, right? There are so many other aspects, like just in time, but all you are manufacturing company, so you can cut down the cost of the inventory. That's also possible, right? You can see how this data flow happens across the department, across the functional area. So here we have got different functional areas, how this flow of information happens. So from customer to sales department to financial department, again that's an interaction. And similarly, HR department, similarly production and manufacturing department, all these departments will have the interaction with information, right? Then very essential part, as I said, two things should be integrated. One is functional element should be integrated, and as well as the database must be integrated. So central database, all the databases are not connected to all the functional elements. Some of the data is exclusively for that specific functional area. For example, financial data element, all the financial data cannot be disclosed to all other people. It will be specifically disclosed to the people working in the functional element, right? And some of the data would have been shared with all other resources. That's very important. Okay, some of the examples: SAP is its major shareholder in the market, and Oracle is the second topmost. So they acquired PeopleSoft. PeopleSoft is good at HR, and Siebel CRM is good at customer relationship management. Microsoft Dynamics, it is a small medium enterprise. A similar package is also available at SAP One. Why do we prefer this? Reason for ERP: it is so flexible, customizable. You based on your own requirement can fit into it, right? Eliminating waste cost. So just in time. So it's a transparent, right? It drives growth, right? Greater productivity. Then multiple channel retailing can do through. Okay, now let us study the myths of ERP, right? Here, the myths is generally believed but false belief or facts. We will see some of the myths right here. But the first one is ERP means more work and procedures, right? What does it mean by this? We always feel we had to work a lot and so many procedures. All the transaction items has to be recorded. It should be memorized. Not that so tough. If you do it continuously, it will be easy, right? Okay, next is ERP will make many employees reluctant and jobless. Yes, it's true. For example, ERP will make many employees reluctant and jobless. ERP itself will create certain kind of job. There are different ERP end users job created, as well as the consultant job, technical consultant, functional consultants also, and the type of jobs can be created, right? If at all you learn it properly, obviously you are the hot cake in the industry. ERP is a sole responsibility for the management. People always think this is a very appropriate, and people always think that this is why the implementation of ERP failed. Reason because one particular team will be working for a particular implementation cycle, and the next team, before completing the implementation cycle, some of the people may leave. So obviously people always feel that the responsibility of management. No, it is very myth, because unless all the individuals working for the organizations are supporting this ERP implementation, it's very hard to complete the process. Then ERP is just for managers and decision makers. No, it is not that. ERP is for the individuals and the people working at the lower level. So for example, some item is coming from the supplier, so the entry level security should know how this has to be recorded, and that's also his job to make a record of it, right? Obviously the person who is at the production department, he knows how many items coming in, right? That's also, it's a kind of transparency it generates, right? The ERP is just for manufacturing organizations. No, maybe true at the earlier stage, right? It started at the manufacturing, but later it suits to every organization, right? ERP is just for ERP implementation team, not like that. The team is hired to implement, and there are some of the people working with this team. After implementation, people of the organization has to adapt to the changes, adapt to ERP, then only it will be success. The huge amount is being invested from the company's point of view. When the outcome is not achieved, obviously the total waste of money. Then ERP slows down the organization. Obviously it is not. It reduces the cycle. It makes it faster. ERP is to just impress customers. Not so. It is also one aspect, and your suppliers is connected. It makes it faster, and you can attract the customer, not impress the customer. So your major objective is to make a profit, not to impress the customer, right? ERP package will take care of everything. Will it so? No. Individual has to work. It is a facilitator. You have your own process. You are working. This is the facilitator which provides your support. You'll keep a record of everything interconnected to the department. It is make it easier. That's a facilitator only, right? One ERP package will suit to everybody. Not so. Actually, manufacturing department may not have all the departments, as like service department. The SIB have come out with different verticals like retail industry vertical, insurance vertical, education industry vertical. There are different verticals also have come. One ERP, then ERP is very expensive. Yes, obviously, but it is perpetual. Actually, you are purchasing today, it will be last long, right? And now the totally trend is totally changed, right? And now it's totally changed because you can purchase a cloud based ERP very less expensive. Okay, with this we'll complete this class. We'll get connected with you. See you in the next class. Bye, take care.